Welcome, friend, and thank you for choosing this gentle moment to pause, breathe, and be cared for. Before we begin, I would love to invite you to leave a kind comment sharing where you are listening from, because it is deeply comforting to see our peaceful circle stretching across towns, cities, and countries, all resting beneath the same wide sky. When you share your location, you help someone else feel a little less alone, and you help this quiet community feel a little more connected, like stars appearing one by one until the whole night glows. As you arrive here, release any pressure to do this perfectly, because perfection is not invited to this practice, while presence is always welcome. You have already taken a beautiful step by pressing play, and that single act is enough to tell your nervous system that calm is on its way. Let this be your permission slip to soften, to set down what can be set down, and to rest in a space where nothing is required except your gentle attention. Find a comfortable position that feels naturally supportive, whether you are lying in bed, reclining on a couch, or nestled in a favorite chair with a blanket nearby. Notice the surface beneath you receiving your weight with steady devotion, almost like an old friend wordlessly saying that you can let go now and be fully supported. Make any small adjustments that invite ease, such as moving a pillow, loosening a shoulder, or tucking a blanket closer, because tiny adjustments can open a large door to comfort. If it feels safe and comfortable, let your eyes gently close, or soften your gaze so the room begins to blur into a peaceful hush. Invite your attention to turn inward, toward the quiet rhythm that has been with you all day, patient and faithful. Bring awareness to your breath without trying to alter it, and simply notice that breathing is already happening for you, moment after moment, tide after tide. Take a slow, easy inhale through your nose, filling only as much as feels natural, and notice the texture and temperature of the air as it arrives. Pause softly at the top of the breath, like a wave pausing before it returns, and let the pause feel unhurried and kind. Exhale gently through your nose or your mouth, and imagine releasing a small weight that you do not need to carry into this moment. Repeat this gentle flow a few times in your own rhythm, breathing in calm, pausing in ease, and breathing out anything heavy that can rest for now. With each inhale, picture a warm glow arriving with your breath, bringing steadiness and safety to your chest, your belly, and your whole body. With each exhale, notice the day loosening its grip, as if your breath were smoothing the edges of your thoughts and placing them on a quiet shelf for later. Allow your breathing to return to a natural rhythm, and let your body follow that rhythm the way a small boat follows a friendly tide. Feel the rise of your chest or belly on the inhale and the gentle fall on the exhale. Simple and unforced, like a lullaby you have known your whole life. Trust that with every breath, you are drifting toward a softer place inside yourself, even if the mind remains a little busy, because the body remembers the way first. We will invite the body to soften piece by piece, not to fix anything, but to welcome each part into comfort and safety. Bring your awareness to the top of your head and imagine a small pool of warm light resting there, like moonlight collected in a shallow bowl. Let that light pour gently over your scalp and your forehead, smoothing lines of effort and releasing the habit of concentrating. Feel the tiny muscles around your eyes unwind, and allow your eyelids to rest more heavily while staying perfectly comfortable. Let your gaze soften under closed lids, as if you were looking at a peaceful horizon that requires nothing at all from you. Invite your cheeks, your temples, and your tongue to loosen, and allow your lips to find a natural, effortless position that signals ease to your whole body. Guide attention down into your jaw and throat, places that sometimes hold unspoken words and swallowed emotions, and reassure them that it is safe to soften. Feel your neck lengthen subtly, as if an invisible hand were supporting the back of your head and the base of your skull with devoted kindness. Let your head be fully held by the pillow or cushion beneath it, so you no longer need to brace or hold yourself up in any way. Bring awareness to your shoulders, which may have carried more than their share today, and imagine placing those invisible weights gently on the ground beside you. Notice the shoulders drop a little farther from your ears, and sense the quiet relief that arrives when you are not required to hold everything together. Let warmth drift down through your upper arms, past your elbows, and into your forearms and wrists like a slow river of comfort. Feel your hands resting wherever they want to rest, palms soft, fingers gently uncurling, with no need to grip or reach for anything right now. If it feels good, imagine your hands warming from the inside, as if tiny lanterns were lighting in your palms to say that it is safe to receive rest. Let your hands become symbols of trust, open to the possibility that ease will find them and stay. Return to the steady rhythm in your chest and take a moment to silently thank your heart for its loyal work today. Imagine a golden glow expanding as you inhale and settling as you exhale, wrapping your ribs and upper back like the gentlest shawl. Allow the upper back to widen and feel the surface beneath you accept its full weight, so support becomes a conversation you do not have to lead. Bring your attention to your belly and midsection and invite a gentle softening to arrive with each breath. If there is fluttering or tightness, meet it with patience and kindness, and let your exhale be an embrace that tells your body it is safe to release a little. Softening does not have to happen all at once, because small steps are still steps, and each one opens the door a little wider. Let ease spread into your lower back, faithful supporter of so much of your day, and imagine warmth pooling there like sunlight through a window. Allow that warmth to melt small knots of effort and feel your lower back settle deeper into the surface beneath you with grateful relief. You are allowed to lean on what holds you, and what holds you is happy to do so. Welcome comfort into your hips and pelvis, inviting a sweet, grounded heaviness that says you belong here exactly as you are. Let that groundedness flow through your thighs and around your knees, where gratitude can gather for every step that brought you to this moment. Ease continues down your shins and calves, arriving at your ankles and the soles of your feet, where warmth settles like gentle embers. From crown to toes, recognize how your whole body has become a field of ease that requires no tending, because the night is tending to you. You might even imagine a soft veil of moonlight laying over you, quieting what is noisy and brightening what is kind. Let the veil reassure you that rest is not only permitted but also welcomed, and that you are safe to be held by this moment. If thoughts pass through, greet them like friendly travelers on a quiet path, and let them continue on without needing your attention. Guide your focus back to the sensation of breath, the softness in your muscles, and the gentle weight of your body being supported by something that asks nothing in return. You are not behind, you are not late, and you are exactly where you need to be to receive what this practice offers. Take a brief moment to set a simple intention for this meditation, choosing something kind, small, and honest. Perhaps you choose rest, or clarity, or gentleness, or the courage to let go a little more than before, trusting that small intentions can become steady companions. Place that intention in your heart like a candle and allow it to glow quietly, lighting the room of your inner world with calm you can feel. Return to your breath and notice how it has grown gentler and more spacious, as if there is more room for the air to move through you. Imagine the inhale gathering steadiness, and the exhale carrying away the weight of the day, again and again, in a rhythm that suits you perfectly. Trust that your body understands the path to sleep when it is given time, patience, and warmth, and that you are offering all three right now. As you rest here with us, remember the invitation to share where you are listening from, because your small message can be a lighthouse for someone else who is seeking comfort tonight. When you add your voice to this calm space, the community grows a little cozier, a little more human, and a little more connected across distance. We are many voices and many hearts, yet we breathe together beneath the same sky, and that simple truth can soothe the most restless edges. For the next few breaths, allow silence to be your companion, and let it soak into your muscles, your thoughts, and the steady drum of your heartbeat. When you inhale, feel the room expand with possibility, and when you exhale, feel the world settle into stillness. You are safe, you are worthy of ease, and you are allowed to rest as deeply as you need. We will soon begin the guided meditation in full, and there is nothing you need to do to prepare, because you are already ready and already here. Keep breathing in a way that feels natural and kind, and let each breath draw a soft curtain between the day and this healing moment. If sleep arrives while you listen, welcome it like a friend who knows the way, and let it carry you toward the deep restoration your body has been asking for. Before we continue, I will lovingly remind you once more to leave a comment sharing where you are listening from, because it means so much to see your small light in the constellation of this community. Your voice matters here, your rest matters here, and your presence adds warmth to everyone who finds this quiet space and chooses to breathe with us. Thank you for being here, and thank you for caring for yourself with tenderness and patience tonight. Take one more slow, soothing inhale, followed by a soft, unhurried exhale, and feel the calm you have created settle comfortably within you. Let the shoulders ease again, let the jaw soften again, and let the mind grow spacious and quiet as we gently cross the threshold into your deeper practice. Remain exactly as you are, relaxed, supported, and beautifully present, ready to be guided further into ease and rest. You're doing wonderful. You have made space for rest, and your body understands this invitation even before your thoughts do. Feel the surface beneath you support your weight with steady kindness, and allow the next exhale to soften your shoulders just a little more. Let your jaw loosen in a way that feels friendly, and sense how your forehead smooths when you choose not to concentrate on anything at all. Nothing needs to be fixed, and nothing is being measured, because this moment belongs to comfort and to you. Bring your attention to your breathing and listen to its gentle rhythm, as if it were a familiar lullaby returning after a long day. Inhale through your nose with ease, noticing a whisper of coolness as the air arrives, and exhale slowly through your nose or mouth in a way that feels natural. Imagine the exhale carrying away traces of effort you do not need tonight, like mist that the night quietly folds into itself. Let your breath find its own pace, and picture each inhale as a small lantern lighting within your chest, bright enough to comfort, yet soft enough to soothe. With every exhale, let the lantern's glow spread through your ribs, your belly, and your back, reassuring your body that it is safe to drift. Trust that the glow knows where to go, and that it will rest gently wherever care is needed most. In your imagination, the ceiling above you dissolves into a velvet sky, and the first stars appear like quiet companions who have been waiting for you. A crescent moon tilts toward you, friendly and unhurried, and you recognize the invitation to rise without effort. You begin to float, not as a task to be accomplished, but as a natural response to being held by something tender and vast. Below you, the room becomes a shoreline at dusk, and the edges of the day blur into a gentle watercolor that no longer needs your attention. You drift upward into the night, and a path of starlight unfurls ahead, curving in a way that feels both playful and sure. This path needs nothing from you except your willingness to be carried by the slow rhythm of your breath. Clouds the color of quiet seas move nearby, and each time you pass through one, it leaves a fragrance of rain and cedar that settles your chest. The stars pulse in a calm pattern that matches your heartbeat, and you realize calm is not empty, because it is full of kindness. You glide as lightly as a leaf on a friendly current, and the night understands your pace without being asked. Ahead, a small island floats in the sky, covered in moss that glows like moon-soaked velvet. Lanterns dangle from silver threads and sway in the softest breeze, ringing out tiny notes that sound like the word rest. Your starlit path leads you onto the island, and a sleeping nook shaped like a cradle of light waits with obvious affection. You settle into the nook and feel it memorize your shape with perfect patience, and every place that touches the surface is welcomed and supported. Your shoulders release the last of their weary lift, and your hands unfold into quiet openness that requires no effort to maintain. Your breath expands, your ribs drift wider, and serenity begins to anchor itself in the spaces that used to feel tight. Above you, constellations gather themselves into gentle images that feel more like blessings than like riddles. One constellation resembles open palms offering shelter, and another looks like two wings resting after a long journey. You do not need to name them or remember them, because their language is comfort and their meaning is rest. If thoughts appear, watch them like soft moths circling a lantern, and let them pass without chase or judgment. They drift away on their own when your breath remains steady, because your calm teaches them how to move. The quiet they leave behind feels like warm tea settling into your chest and smoothing every edge it touches. Bring gentle awareness to the crown of your head and allow a warm light to pool there like moonlight collected in a shallow bowl. Let the light spill across your scalp and forehead, easing lines of effort and softening what once felt sharp. Invite that warmth to nestle behind your eyes where attention can finally set its bundle down. Feel your cheeks and temples release their small defenses, and let your jaw rest in a position that needs no clenching. Offer your throat a spacious breath and sense how unspoken words can loosen when safety is present. Let your head be fully supported so you do not carry even 1 ounce of weight you do not need tonight. Guide your noticing to your shoulders and imagine setting invisible bags beside your resting place, each one a responsibility you may pick up later. The shoulders descend with gratitude, and your collarbones widen as if a kind breeze slipped in beneath them. Warmth flows down through your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, and your wrists until your hands feel pleasantly heavy and very calm. Return to your heart and thank it silently for working all day without complaint. Imagine a gentle glow spreading with each inhale and settling with each exhale, wrapping your ribs and upper back in a shawl woven from patience. Let that glow drift into your belly, where fluttering sensations can rest in a cradle of breath. Allow comfort to move into your lower back, that faithful supporter of posture and effort. Picture sunlight through a window melting little knots into ease, and feel your lower back nestle deeper into the island's soft hold. You are allowed to lean fully on what supports you, and support is honored to be asked. Invite a sweet heaviness into your hips and pelvis, as if they were smooth stones resting at the bottom of a clear pool. Let that grounded feeling cascade through your thighs and gather around your knees in gratitude for the steps that carried you to this moment. Ease continues down your shins and calves and settles into your ankles and the soles of your feet like warm embers. From crown to toes, notice how your whole body has become a field of ease that requires no effort to maintain. Your breath and the island keep the same rhythm, and the rhythm is so soft that it almost sounds like silence. Silence, you realize, is only music that has learned how to rest. Across the island, a small fountain begins to speak in silver syllables that your body understands without translation. Each drop gathers, grows full, and lets go, and your mind learns this ceremony and follows it into stillness. You feel thoughts arrive, ripen, and release, leaving a spacious calm that reflects the moon without a ripple. If any small worry lingers, imagine wrapping it in a scarf woven from time and tenderness, and place it beside you where it can sleep too. You do not need to be empty of everything to be welcomed by sleep, because sleep welcomes the whole of you and turns edges into soft corners. Compassion makes room for fragments, and fragments become quiet when they are allowed to rest nearby. The sky deepens by a shade too gentle to name, and the lanterns dim to halos that keep patient watch. Your heartbeat moves like a slow boat on a calm lake, and your breath is the oar that barely needs to move. Ease is not an accomplishment tonight because it is a home you are remembering. You are doing wonderful at being here, and you are doing wonderful at letting softness be the teacher. Your body knows the path, your breath lights the way, and the night agrees by holding you exactly as you are. Sleep comes toward you like a friend who knows where everything goes and tidies the mind without waking it. Let your final waking breath be the easiest one of the day, and feel how it arrives and leaves without edges. Your lips part slightly, your eyes grow very still beneath their lids, and your hands become the shape of comfort they were always meant to be. The island will remain, the fountain will whisper, and the stars will keep their gentle watch while you drift into deep, restoring rest. Tonight's story begins at the edge of a valley that hums with moonlight, where the grass glows softly as if every blade has learned a lullaby. The air carries the scent of rain on warm stone and a trace of lavender drifting from far-off hills, and the first breath you take here loosens something kind and deep inside your chest. You are not in a hurry, and the night is not in a hurry either, because slowness is the way this valley says welcome. A path of silver moss unfurls ahead like a ribbon laid down by a patient friend, and each step you take releases a tiny shimmer that rises and fades like the echo of starlight. Beneath your feet, the moss hums in a tone that matches your heartbeat, and this quiet music persuades your shoulders to lower and your jaw to soften. Even the distant hills seem to breathe with you, their slopes rising on your inhale and settling gently on your exhale. To your left stands a forest of crystalline trees whose trunks are clear as river ice and whose leaves whisper with chimes whenever a breeze passes through. When the wind stirs, prismatic colors travel the branches and spill onto the ground in slow rainbows, painting your hands and sleeves with calm. You realize these colors belong to the night as much as the stars do, and the knowing brings an easy warmth behind your eyes. The silver path widens and curves toward a lake that is not exactly water, because it seems to be made of sky kept carefully in a bowl of hills. Constellations float beneath its surface, blinking in time with the rhythm of your breath, and a gentle crescent moon drifts like a small boat looking for a place to rest. When you kneel and touch the shore, light ripples outward in rings that feel pleasantly cool, as if the night itself were smoothing your thoughts with patient hands. From the lake rise luminous moths with wings dusted in galaxies, and each one leaves a soft trail that fades like kindness after it is offered. One settles on your shoulder with the weight of a compliment, and when it lifts again, it carries away a bit of worry you had forgotten to put down. Your breath grows easier, and the lake seems to brighten in agreement, a silver nod given by water and sky at the same time. The path guides you along the shoreline until the ground climbs into a meadow where flowers open and close with your breathing. Their petals are the colors of dusk, mauve, indigo, and the softest amber, and they smell like the memory of warm evenings after gentle rain. You lie back among them, and the meadow takes your shape like a friendly nest, supporting every curve and offering a hush that settles around your ears. Above you, noctilucent clouds gather and weave themselves into a luminous ribbon that unfurls across the sky like a dream lantern. The ribbon lowers until it hovers a hand's breadth above your palms, cool and silky, and when you touch it, the cloud invites you to stand. You rise with the easy buoyancy of a leaf returning to the surface of a lake, and the ribbon becomes a sky bridge that promises steady, kind footing. You step onto the bridge and feel it glow slightly beneath each footfall, like moonlight pleased to be helpful. Below, the meadow turns to a tapestry, and the crystalline forest sings a low lullaby that you can feel more than hear. You move without effort, and the bridge sways in a rhythm that persuades your thoughts to slow until they match the pace of your breath. The far end of the bridge touches down on a hill made of rounded stones, each one warm with a pulse that is not yours yet cares for you anyway. When you rest your palm on a stone, a pleasant rhythm travels up your arm and opens a wide, uncluttered space behind your ribs. It feels like a doorway has been placed where a wall used to be, and beyond that doorway is a room filled with quiet. At the crown of the hill, a circular doorway waits in the grass, framed by vines heavy with silver berries and small glowing leaves. The door opens at your touch with a gentle resistance, not a refusal, but a polite question that becomes welcome as soon as you answer with a breath. Inside lies a glade lit by bioluminescent ferns whose fronds curl like sleeping seahorses, their tips blinking in patterns that feel like soft conversation. A narrow stream threads the glade, and its water is so clear that the pebbles look like candies that forgot to be sweet. You dip your fingers into the current and feel it carry away thin strands of fatigue, leaving a cool ease that settles in your hands and moves up your forearms. When you lift your hand, tiny lights cling to your skin like visiting stars that fade only when your next exhale tells them you are ready. At the center stands a tree with moss-soft bark, vast enough to be a room, and when you lean against it, the trunk gives a thoughtful sway. Its leaves glow with a color that sits between blue and green in the same way twilight sits between day and night, and the glow seems to listen to you. You discover that listening can be love, and the tree has been practicing this art for a very long time. From the shadows emerges a silver fox, its coat woven with moonlight and its eyes the calm of safe harbors after long travel. It bows as if greeting an old friend, then curls beside you, breathing with a steady, trustful rhythm that your body gladly copies. You and the fox become a soft duet. Inhale and exhale, rise and fall, lullaby and answer. The stream widens briefly into a shallow basin, and the surface turns mirror clear until it shows not your face, but your ease. You see how your breath has grown spacious, how your shoulders have lowered, and how the room inside your chest now feels bright and simple. Gratitude warms your sternum like a small hearth, and the glade's lights lean closer as if to share in that warmth. A petal drifts down from somewhere the eye cannot find and lands on the basin, then unfurls into a small boat made of light, just large enough for a traveler with closed eyes. You step in, and the boat welcomes your weight with a pleased hush, then turns in the gentle current like a page being read by patient fingers. The fox hops lightly to the shore and walks alongside, its gaze assuring you that all directions lead to rest here. The stream carries you beneath arching fronds that murmur in a voice similar to distant rain, always kind, always sure. Every bend reveals another softness, a bank lined with velvet moss, a cluster of flowers that yawn open and spill fragrance, a smooth stone that glows when you look at it too long. you watch the water draw small constellations across the boat's floor, and the reflections sway you into a slower dream of the present moment. Eventually, the boat noses into a cove where the moss has woven itself into a nest shaped exactly like rest. You settle into the nest and feel it memorize your body with unhurried care, and the fox curls at your feet like punctuation in a sentence you are content to keep reading. The tree's roots hum through the ground in long, kind notes that comb the last tangles from your thoughts. The glade dims by one shade, then another, until the light becomes the color of unhurried dreams. The crystalline forest sings far away, the sky lake keeps its slow vigil, and the silver berries along the door glimmer like tiny moons who promise to stay. Everything is holding watch, and the watch requires nothing from you except your agreement to rest. If a memory wanders near, the fox exhales a silver puff that turns it into a feather drifting harmlessly down the stream. If a thought knocks at the door, the tree leans just enough to shade you, and the thought curls by the roots and sleeps, satisfied with being close. Nothing is banished and nothing is forced, because the glade believes in gentleness more than in rules. Your breath is now the soft metronome of the room, and the room answers by slowing even further, matching you, loving you, and offering to keep time while you sleep. The nest holds your weight, the water keeps its lullaby, and the leaves adjust themselves like a caretaker tucking in a cherished guest. You are home in a place that travels with you, and you are safe in a story that becomes true whenever you close your eyes and listen. The last thing you notice is the pleasant heaviness of your hands, the quiet warmth of your chest, and the way the air tastes like the promise of gentle weather. Sleep comes on soft paws and knows exactly where everything goes, tidying the mind without stirring the body, and leaving the heart lit like a small lantern. The stream carries the day toward morning, and you drift into a deeper hush, held by moss, watched by stars, and blessed by a night that remembers your name.